I'm Justin Simonson. This is Chris Hedstrom, John Teeney. We're with North 40 Outfitters. Today we're going to kind of talk on some steel posts, the benefits, kind of how they originated. So John, go ahead and give us a little history on these T-posts and where they kind of came from.
Yeah, it's interesting to kind of go through steel posts and how we came to what we have today and we use and we see up and down all the highways and the roads. Some of the back history on T-posts originated back in 1870 when the first wire started being used out on ranches to contain livestock. From there, they decided they needed some way efficient and a way to hold that. Previous to that, that wire was always held by wood and stapled to wood posts. From there, the first barbed wire was invented in roughly around what I understand about 1874, and it started being commercially used out on the places to contain animals and livestock. But it wasn't until around 1914 when the first steel posts or T-posts started being used to actually hold the wire to fence lines. And at that time, back then, I looked in a couple of Sears Roebuck catalogs, and it was kind of fun to kind of look through that. But some of these posts back then made slightly different, but those posts, some of the numbers were 26.5 cents to 27 cents per post. So we have evolved quite a bit from that time and pricing, but essentially the posts have all kind of remained roughly about the same. And a couple of things you'll still see on the posts is you will see the channel rail system with a blade at the bottom. And previous to that, you also had a T and a cut at the bottom. It was a pointed bottom before when they first originated. So those have evolved into what we have now. They decided that the point wasn't necessary. Just a little tidbit and a little fact on that is in Australia and New Zealand, they have what they call a Y post, and they also run holes in their posts, where in the US, you see these knobs or nubs at the tops all the way down the rail, and that's what we use to contain the wire. In New Zealand, they run the wire through the post, through the holes in the post. Also at the top of the post, there's a notch where the top wire is to rest, and they secure the top wire at the very top of the post in that notch. So as things have evolved and changed, different areas and cultures have kind of adapted the post, but all in all, the steel post is kind of the same for about 100 plus years now. I've got, my grandfather came over to Montana roughly in 1901 is when he kind of came into this country. And they bought a ranch on the Musselshell, and I was at home pulling some posts out the other day, and I'm pretty sure Grandpa put those posts in back in the day in 1950s. So, those posts last a long time. Yeah. So most of these posts that are in the ground, you see, some of them have been in the ground over 70, 80 years.